Welcome to Marketplace Finds, where we show off some crazy and interesting cars for sale, judge what we think of the price, then order it in our tier list. Are you looking for a car that screams, "I almost joined the military but didn't want my mum to worry"? Then congratulations, this is the car your inner 14-year-old Fortnite streamer has been manifesting since puberty. This 2014 Chevrolet Camaro was once a respectable muscle car, but then someone with 50 grand and zero adult supervision turned it into an edgy, tactical cosplay prop. I wouldn't even call this a build. I'd call it a cry for help with his front bumper that has more fake aggression than a high school hallway fight. The Punisher on the hood, because you already know this guy wants to be a badass while having testosterone in the negatives. The doors, hood, and even trunk are Lambo style, because of course they are. And even better is the giant panel gap you can see from the fake AliExpress hood fitment. The seller claims every stock part has been replaced twice, which is bold considering taste never got installed in the first place. He says he's into it for over $50,000 and is looking to trade for a badass lifted pickup. You hear that? Silverado owners, hide your keys. This man is out for blood, and he's packing heat a plastic MP5 and a double chin. What makes it even better is this is a V6 model Camaro, which they of course failed to mention in the description, only to get completely obliterated in the comments. They definitely could have done without some of the eyesore mods and upgraded to the V8 to save himself some dignity, but I think we all know they don't have good taste. They are asking for a ridiculous $45,000 for this financial burden on wheels, which is even more than what you can basically get a brand new V8 one for, and for that reason we're giving it a clown sticker. You ever see a truck and immediately feel the urge to grow a beard and start yelling at plywood? This is a 1968 Chevrolet C50 that looks like it's been on more job sites than your uncle with 3 unfinished houses. This man has been in the dog box so many times he's built himself a new house. And not just any house, this box has a front door, a back door, and what looks like a side patio if you squint hard enough. The sleeper box looks freshly built, probably by hand, probably with stolen lumber from the job site, and it's already for sale. His wife finally caught on that it wasn't built to keep tools dry, but instead to keep his mistress dry. Up front, the truck's interior has been kept in surprisingly good condition. The hot rod red dash pops way harder than the faded orange exterior, which may or may not be original, but definitely isn't consistent. Inside the sleeper, we don't get much of a look around, just one lonely photo of a window. Under the hood, it's got a freshly dropped in 327 small block V8. For $6,000, it's an average price and could replace a banged up Caravan just with a bit less comfortability. If a strip club had a homeschool program, they would drop their kids off in the stretched Chrysler 300. It's hot pink, like someone wrapped it with melted lip gloss. You've got party girls on the go graphics on the doors, which is either a limo business or a sketchy Craigslist listing depending on what time of night it is. The white vinyl top is holding on for dear life, but with the hot pink in your face, it's hard to notice. The sweet and sassy sticker is a magnet for fathers' wallets around prom season when it catches the eyes of their daughters. Ooh la la license plate on the back is great, and fits perfectly with the rest of the theme. Inside, it's every spoiled 10-year-old's fantasy. Candy pink leather benches wrap around a cream plastic interior. There's a faux bar set up with zero liquor, like the kids' table at a Vegas buffet. The driver's seat is the only thing that doesn't look like it belongs in a Bratz dollhouse. The real miracle is how clean it is. Either no one's used it, or it was recently pressure washed after a glitter bomb went off. They want $26,500, which is a lot of money to invest for a human trafficking front. Here we have what was nicknamed the mud missile that was reportedly fueled by pure adrenaline and poor life choices, and I think we can all see why. It was once a 1998 Chevrolet Camaro that only a person with a huge mullet and a diet that is made up of mostly energy drinks has converted into a mud-slinging off-roading beast. Every panel has either been bashed, stickered, zip-tied, or creatively ventilated by sheer force of hitting terrain, but at least it's seeing more off-roading than 90% of Jeeps on the road. The snorkel is made up of what looks to be leftover plumbing parts, either that or just whatever else they seemingly managed to steal from looting a Bass Pro Shop, looking at the stuff all in the bed. The 3.8 litre V6 is still in there, probably sobbing softly under the hood. It's the same engine that came in your aunt's Buick, but now it's been asked to climb cliffs and charge through rivers instead of doing burnouts in high school parking lots. The seller is asking for only $1,500, and honestly you can't go wrong at that price if you're looking for some cheap and stupid fun out in the woods or trails. These Hot Wheels flames are so bright you can smell the Capri Suns evaporating in the back seats. This 1993 Chevrolet Capri Wagon was your typical grocery getter in the 90s. Now someone's mum with an empty nest has got herself a 454 big block motor for her grocery runs instead of a dog to fill the void. It's got red on yellow flames that look like they were stenciled by a caffeinated 10-year-old in Microsoft Paint, but the finish is glossy and clean. The hood bulges with the blower scoop so big it blocks the view of the children running in front of your vehicle at the grocery store. The modern day Prius has no chance of getting the empty car space close to the grocery store entrance before you. Inside it's shockingly tasteful. Custom red and beige upholstery throughout, seats to match the exterior theme, and clean fabric wrapped dash panels. There's a full gauge cluster, aftermarket steering wheel, and even a DVD head unit like it's still 2006 and you're bumping Pitbull. No tacky flame decals inside, which is honestly a relief. The restraint shown there deserves a slow clap. If your husband's eyes have been drifting to the newer models of grocery getters, then this is perfect to remind him of what an old Chariot can do with some new paint and engine. Listed at $23,000 and financing available, it's on the higher end but reasonable. But we're going to ignore the price and give it a garage gold stamp of approval for execution. This World War II pillbox on wheels looks like a tactical golf cart, where instead of a beverage cart girl, you're an ammunition cart man. The kind of ride you'd expect a conspiracy theorist to daily drive while live streaming, with enough diamond plating to resist an airstrike. This 2020 club car has a sick grille, Hummer printed across the top of what we can only assume is bulletproof glass, and a bulldog up front sniffing out the Russians. The interior continues the premium design choices with some zebra printed yellow and black seats, which may not have been yellow initially. The bench seat's made out of the same diamond plate as the body, so expect your spine to realign on every bump. There's more speakers and sense in here, mounted at ear level like a punishment chamber for tinnitus patients, and the fuel tank in the back looks like it was stolen from a moonshiner's tractor. Apparently, the solar panels are just there to keep the speakers going. They want $5,000 for this welded up war wagon. For a golf cart from 2020, this is reasonable assuming it all works well, which isn't always the case for homemade projects. Here we have the 1984 Dodge Rampage, or what was Chrysler's answer to a question absolutely no one asked, being, what if an El Camino was front wheel drive, had a tiny engine, and was slightly uglier? This one's in full primer grey, which is the universal sign for I gave up halfway but still wanted to go to cars and coffee. It's smoother than drywall and just as unfinished. The seller claims it's very solid for its age, which is a polite way of saying the rust is mostly hidden under layers of Bondo and primer, considering these lower rear quarters are rusting off like they're trying to escape the car. At least the owner put on these epic fast and flatulence inspired underglows on, so it's not all grey and bland. From the factory, this thing came with a 2.2 litre high output 4-banger. High output in the sense that it outputs more noise than horsepower, but hey, I'm sure it'll hit 60 eventually. If there is one thing to look forward to in this vehicle, it's actually got a surprisingly nice interior, with clean seats, dashboard, door cards, and even has a sunroof. It is currently listed for $4,500, which is bang on what they usually go for, but considering it's going to need some rust work, and it doesn't come with the wheels it's on, I think it's a bit overpriced. This next vehicle is what your drug dealer would drive after plateauing at selling Mexican brickweed to high schoolers. If you couldn't tell already, it's a Chrysler 300 with a fake Rolls-Royce front end slapped on it, likely owned by someone who carries stacks of $1 bills and calls them bands. Of course, it's got huge 22s because for some reason, the people who do stuff like this think that bigger rims means more luxury. Moving into the interior, you're immediately brought back to the Chrysler 300 reality that's been untouched, because God forbid you upgrade anything inside to match the outside delusion. It's got the classic stained floor carpets and what looks to be an iPad from Temu, and probably half working LEDs in the ceiling. The seller is looking for a huge $12,000, so if you have an ego so big that it fried your common sense, feel free to pay double or triple the usual price if you want to fool some 8-year-old kids into thinking you have money. Behold, the mighty steed of Mountain City, Tennessee, a 3-wheeled 150cc scooter, ATV hybrid, or what I like to call peak redneck engineering, because some of the best things are made when you mix boredom, moonshine, and access to a backyard scrapyard. It's not safe, it's not symmetrical, and it's definitely not road legal, but there's enough welds on it to have some fun before the frame eventually snaps. The seller even states it's put together good and welded in iron plates with no ratchet straps or duct tape to put your mind at ease, because this is high quality work right here. It can be yours for only $800, so if you want a few laughs or just have a death wish, it can be all yours. If I were a betting man, I'd say this 1989 Prevost Lemirage was either owned by Jojo Siwa or your local My Little Pony fan club after one of them stole their parents' credit cards. This thing has more rainbows than a preschool sticker sheet, and I'm sure you could pull up to a biker bar in this and start a fight just by existing, but that's not why it's included in this video as we move to the absolutely insane interior. As you go from Pride Rainbow Rave bus from the outside straight into a Beverly Hills divorce attorney's wine lounge, this thing's got more leather and granite than a steakhouse in Vegas. It has heated captain's chairs, faux marble counters, hardwood floors, LED lighting, and even a geode shrine table if you didn't feel poor enough just standing in here. I can only imagine the type of people who own this sip on $14 green juice and yell at their assistant via Bluetooth headset on the daily. Even the shower and bed look bigger than what most people have in their actual house. Unfortunately, there's no engine pictures, but it does come with the legendary 8V92 Detroit diesel engine, which if you don't know, just made all the truckers watching jump up and down in their seat for being an insanely massive 738 cubic inch or 12.1 litre 2-stroke V8 engine. Yes, you heard that right, and not only that, it's mated to an Allison transmission, so it'll probably be one of the last vehicles running in the apocalypse. The lister is after $65,000, and although it's getting up there in age, I could definitely see this going for more around the $50,000 mark, considering the insane work it's gone through. You ever see someone and think, damn, they have a big forehead? Well, this is the same just in car version, as this 2000 Humvee has had quite the large roof raise in order to make some space for a camper conversion in the back. It's like one of those van life people, but the owner didn't want to take a hit to their masculinity, so they had to pick a cool car to compensate. Instead of getting roasted by their friends, you can tell the husband picked the vehicle and the wife designed the interior, as it now has a bed, shower, toilet, and even a kitchen that looks amazingly done. Not pictured is a 600-watt solar setup, including a 300 amp-hour battery ready to run everything off-grid. The seller is asking for $75,000, which seems extremely high, even though the prices on Humvees seem to be all over the show at the moment. Now I know this one isn't a car, even if it does have 4 wheels, but after seeing it pop up on Marketplace, I just had to share it. Behold, Sharky, a self-proclaimed one-of-a-kind boat build that has definitely seen better days. Let's start with the front end. It's got 4 fiberglass fangs that look like your uncle's who hasn't discovered toothpaste, a paint job that's peeling harder than a sunburn in Daytona, and those cartoon shark eyes look less like a ferocious predator and more furry convention escapee. Down the sides, it says Sharky in big bold letters, in case the giant fiberglass teeth and flaking ocean glitter didn't clue you in. The only thing more washed up than the paint is the Evinrude V4 outboard motor hanging off the back like a life support machine. If you were like me expecting a ridiculous price as well, you'd be surprised, as they are only looking for $500, and that includes the boat trailer, which actually seems to be in great condition, even having new tyres, so maybe it's not too bad of a buy overall. Here's how the final tier list ended up. Let us know what we got right, what we got wrong, and if there's anything you'll change around. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, and if you have your own car you find on Marketplace, you can send it to us on Instagram. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode.